to be in solidarity with this Himpunan Hijau. And the press conference today, sidang akbar hari ini, actually is held by AMU, asalkan bukan AMU ini, and also a lot of groups here are here in solidarity. The main reason for today's press conference is to announce that in solidarity with the event Himpunan Hijau 2.0 in Kuantan, which is the main event, and we urge as many people to go there because it's a very important message we are giving as rakyat of this country. And so we urge a lot of people to go to Kuantan on this Sunday because we think that is where the main event is. But then there are also a lot of people who could not go to Kuantan. So today we are announcing in solidarity with that Himpunan Hijau, in solidarity with Himpunan Hijau 2, there will be solidarity event held in other parts of the country. Okay, if you among the places will be in KL, in Kuala Lumpur. It will be at Maju Junction, which is in front of Suratang. Maju Junction, 9:30 a.m. to 12 noon. Okay, so at the same time in Kuala Lumpur, Maju Junction. Also in Penang, Pulau Pinang, it will be held at Speaker Square, Esplanade Penang, at 6 p.m. So the Penang event is an evening event. 6 p.m. in Merah, in front of the ARE, the old site, Bukit Merah. I think this is a very historical place, Bukit Merah. So it will be held in the ARE, the old site of Bukit Merah, at 11 a.m. onwards. And in Sabah, not only in Peninsular Malaysia, in Sabah, it will be held in Tanjung Aru Beach, near the Yacht Club of the Kinabalu at 4 p.m. So these are the solidarity event which we know is confirmed happening. There are other places where people might be also organizing solidarity gathering in support of Himpunan 2, and we welcome actually every group to organize. And once again, if you look at this groups which are supporting, we said the groups are mentioned here. We also have Suara Rakyat Malaysia. We also have Safe Jalan Sultan Committee, SJS, who are also in solidarity with us for this event. Okay, and so mainly our PC is to announce this thing and pass to the other organizing people to give their solidarity message.
On behalf of Himpunan Hijau 2, I'd like to thank all of you for making it possible for us to share what Himpunan Hijau is all about and what we are going through in Kuantan. And first and foremost, I'd like to introduce my comrades from Himpunan Hijau. Mr. Okta, can you please stand? He's our chairperson. Dr. Kwok is the steering committee in charge of the event. His wife, Siti, she's the secretary. She's also part of the steering committee. Okay, now this is already 1 year after Fukushima, and also it's about 1 year after the New York Times reported regarding Lynas. And this 1 year, most of the 700,000 people in Kuantan are living in fear and full of anxiety. And since the TOL has been approved, the temporary operating license has been approved, many of the residents in Kuantan have resigned to the fate that the plant will commence operation. And with the amount of publicity and the advertisement by Lynas in the press, and the amount of support from the government media, the residents have only two choices. One is that they have to live with Lynas at their backyard. Two, they move out from Kuantan. Now, for those of us who stay back, who will stay back and fight. We are very, very encouraged by the coalition here, the solidarity here, and giving us so much of encouragement to stand in the gap, stand in the gap for the 700,000 residents in Greater Kuantan. And Himpunan Hijau, I believe, right, is everybody's platform. It belongs to the whole nation of Malaysia. It belongs to every citizen who care for the environment, who care for the right to live in a safe environment, that we can come together and to express, right, our concern over environmental injustices. So, on the 26th of February, let us all come together and be counted that we Malaysians can really, really make the difference, because we know that we have the constitutional rights, right, and we know we can make the difference to protect the ecological disaster that is going to happen, which is irreversible. Right, before Kuantan and Kemaman become uninhabitable, is unsafe, and most of all is that if we allow Lynas to win, there will be many, many more of such plants coming into Malaysia, nuclear plants, that Gauguin from Taiwan is more or less moving into Johor. So we have to nip these issues in the bud. Thank you very much.
So it's not just Lynas, but there are several other environmental issues in this country which we have seen the effects in Bukit Merah for one. And we feel it is time for the media to speak up and say enough is enough. Time for us together in solidarity to safeguard the environment and this land and its assets for our future generations. This is a national issue. It is not an issue confined to Gebeng or Kuantan, and we have to move it forward in that way. And therefore, our appeal again, everybody, please go and disseminate, call your friends, family, everybody to come out in support of 26th February this Sunday.
What we want to leave behind for our children. Lynas issue is not only an issue for people of Kuantan. There are so many cases, so many environmental issues which threatens not only the health, also the livelihood of the Kuantan.
I think it's common knowledge that everybody here is wanting everyone out there to come and attend the Kuantan event, or if we cannot, elsewhere in KL, Penang, Sabah, wherever the events will be held. Lynas has not come up with a proper permanent disposal facility. So why, on what grounds was the DOL issue?
And I've done some research in wind-scale nuclear reactor, also pertaining to the nuclear radiation. When I was in America, my project includes radioactive waste management, and also design the disposal system and containers of radiation. So I want to see any relevance to what this reactor is all about. Is it the same? People will say, is it the same, the radius nuclear radiation, and also the Fukushima, Chernobyl, and wind-scale accidents or 3 months? As far as nuclear radiation is concerned, it's the same. Okay? So can you imagine, this Fukushima fallout has reached Washington State, Chicago, Illinois, detected in the fallout. Do you realize that the rate of cancer has increased in this world because of the nuclear reactor accident, and also underground nuclear bomb testing.
To treat anti-Lynas issue as a national issue. In fact, I should say, for that matter, any other environmental issue, we should treat them seriously. Because once the air, the water, or the soil, or the whole environment is polluted or disrupted, the environment will come back to affect us and haunt us. So, for this matter, I hope all the Malaysians should stand up. As the election is drawing near, we should stand up as green voters. Mean we want, whether it is PN government or Pakatan government, they should treat environment seriously.
Mereka sepanjang 50 tahun sangkakan rakyat adalah seperti budak-budak tadika, diberi gula-gula bila merajuk atau menangis. Tetapi pada diario yang 12 yang sudah rakyat telah beri amaran kepada BN yang rakyat bukan lagi budak-budak tetapi golongan cerdik dan mata. Oleh itu, eloklah kerajaan Barisan Nasional dipimpin oleh Datuk Seri Najib Tun Razak gunakan amaran pada diario 12 sebagai pelajaran untuk pelajaran sebelum diario 13 dan hentikan projek Lynas dengan segera sebelum rakyat labelkan BN sebagai penghancur masa depan rakyat jelata dan jadikan BN sebagai pembangkang di diario 13 nanti.
We are basically a Chinese education NGO that concern about the mother tongue education. But we think that environmental injustice affect all of us, whether you are from any background, whether you are worker, employer, shareholder, investor, as long as you live in Malaysia, you will be affected by the pollution, contamination by the Lynas plant. And we had released a press statement several weeks ago. We made a reference to the China, which is the major exporter of the Lynas in the world. And one of the China experts, he has said that the money the China earned for the Lynas from the past few decades is not enough for recovering. The cost is not enough for recovering the environmental damage had been done in the past. So I think we need to defer to China's experience, and the government should stop the Lynas immediately.
Yes, I think this is of national interest. It involves what is in store for the future generations to come, and I think the arrogance of the powers be has to stop, and whatever lessons learned, I don't want to be political about it, but looking at past experiences, having been in the infrastructure industry as well as in industrial areas, I always believe that the powers be are so politically driven that they don't care what happens. And this is a blatant abuse, and the politicians forget that it's the people who have put them there, and it's the people's future that they should actually consider as the first priority. For goodness sake, the mainstream media especially has to take one thing into account. At least for the future of your own children, for the future of your own children, your grandchildren, and the future of this country, find some room to speak the truth about the Lynas and let the people know what the truth is. It is sad that such a disastrous issue is being taken so lightly.
See, the gathering is definitely on. We are exercising freedom of assembly, and that actually the Kuantan, the padang, the town padang is a public venue, accessible by anybody. So it's not, there's no question of security there. Only it's a security zone, you need to get permission to assemble. This is a public place, and I think all the other venues are also people are going to assemble peacefully, and the organizers have taken all precaution to ensure the assembly will be very peaceful. They have been very responsible. They have notified the police, notified the local government there. They have informed Swakam, they have informed bar councils. So I think as far as knowledge of the event, preparation and all that is number one. So I think the only thing can disrupt such a beautiful public assembly would be if there are roadblocks, if there are FRUs stopping the people, water cannon shooting water when there's no rain. Now, these are things which can disrupt a peaceful Sunday. So we really hope that the authorities learn from learn from other assemblies that allow this assembly. And so far, the statement by the Menteri Besar as well as the Prime Minister is supporting the assembly. So we hope they keep true to whatever they have said in public and not say something and allow the police to come and create problems. And I think these are very technical issues about, I think the fundamental thing is right to assemble, and people are ready to assemble. They've given assurance that it will be peaceful, and I think we should stick to that.
There are people moving, some of them already bought properties in KL. Most of them are moving down south here, Klang Valley. And the exodus will happen most probably after the commencement of the plant. The exodus. But the property market has already sort of softened. The bank loans for those within 2 kilometers around Lynas, it's not easy to get a full loan now. The banks are already tightening up.